I'm sure we've all thought about what it'd be like to be a gym leader, to be considered one of the best of the best. So it's strange to realize that many gym leaders have other jobs too. Some even seem to prioritize that other job. And today we're discussing those other jobs. Starting in Kanto, we have Brock, the rock-solid Pokemon trainer, one of few gym leaders who doesn't have another job, at least depending on which Brock we're talking about. Let's Go made Brock's dream of being a breeder canon to the games, but of course he's not a breeder yet, especially not with human women. So as of now, Brock's only job is still just being a gym leader. The other Kanto gym leaders who don't have another job include Misty, Erica, Koga and Janine, being a ninja doesn't count, and Blue. Other leaders like Surge, Sabrina, and Blaine currently don't have jobs, but years ago Lieutenant Surge served as a pilot in a Pokemon war. Sabrina will become an actress about a decade after the Kanto games, and Blaine was once a scientist who worked at the Pokemon Mansion. Finally, Giovanni is the leader of the infamous Team Rocket, which, okay, isn't exactly a legitimate or ethical occupation, but it does offer a source of income, so I'm counting it. Next up we have Johto, where things are a lot simpler. Faulkner, Whitney, Price, and Claire all don't have other jobs, nor have they been said to ever have other jobs in the past, though Whitney is an athlete in sports like softball. Another fact about Whitney is that her skills were so great the league personally chose her to be a gym leader. But onto naming the other jobs of the other gym leaders. Bugsy is a famous bug Pokemon researcher. His knowledge has even made him the authority on bug types. Arguably, Morty could have also been on the list of jobless gym leaders. But if I'm counting Bugsy being a bug researcher as a job, then I'll also count Morty being a researcher of Ecrutique's history. Chuck's gym also acts as a dojo he runs in Cianwood City. Notably, he actually trained gym leader Brawly and black belt Kyo. Like Morty, Jasmine might also only be a gym leader. We do know that she takes care of Amphi when they get sick, but it's unclear if taking care of the lighthouse is her official job. It might just be something she does because she loves Amphi. Finally, I want to quickly cover Price again. Now, I did say that Price's only job was being a gym leader, but like some of the Kanto leaders, this could be because he's retired. After all, Price has been training Pokemon for over 50 years, so he might have had another occupation at some point. He is known as the teacher of winter's harshness, so maybe he's trained some ice-type trainers in his day. Likewise, Claire doesn't have another job in the games, but in the anime, she's trained other dragon trainers like Iris, so maybe she might one day lead Blackthorn City in the games too. Hoenn is where more gym leaders actually started to have more jobs. After being a top graduate at the Rustboro Trainer School, Roxanne would go on to teach the Academy's beginner class. Like his mentor Chuck, Brawly runs his own dojo at Dewford Town. He's also a professional surfer on the side. Watson is basically Mobile City's mayor as its founder and developer. He's even the reason that the city is as advanced as it is. Interestingly, while Winona doesn't have another job in the games, in Adventures she supervises the Hoenn gym leaders. She also apparently used to date Wallace in the manga, so that's neat. Wallace and Hoenn are both Pokemon coordinators, Hoenn being the one who mentored Wallace in being a coordinator, and Wallace in particular also acts as a mayor of sorts for Sutopolis. Finally, Flannery, Norman, Tate, and Liza don't have other jobs. Now we have the gym leaders of my favorite region, Sinnoh. Rourke is the head excavator of the Orberg mines, digging up fossils that likely get displayed at the Orberg Museum. Like all the fighting type gym leaders before her, Maylene seems to run her own dojo in Veilstone City, though she could also just be a student there. Maylene does seem to be a bit too young to actually run a dojo herself. Thrasher Wake is, of course, a pro wrestler in the Pokemon world, but on top of that, he's also a philanthropist, donating all the money he earns from competitive Pokemon battles. He might have even donated some of those funds to the Great Marsh, which he cares about a lot as an important part of Pastoria's culture. Like Wallace and Juan, Fantina is a contest performer, performing with her contest ace Drifblim in her performances. jobs. Byron is a head excavator just like his son, this time on Iron Island. Byron also seems to have some influence on the Orberg Gym. Byron actually used to be the gym leader of the Orberg Gym, and the decision for who'd be the new Orberg leader was up to him. Byron initially wanted to choose the Aura Guardian, Riley, but Riley turned down the offer so that Roar could be the gym leader. Candace doesn't seem to have another job in the games, but in the anime, she's actually a Snow Point Trainer School teacher, so not too dissimilar to Roxanne over in Hoenn. Finally, Volkner is an engineer who made Sunyshore as advanced as it is, being a child prodigy who made all the inventions Sunyshore now has. This leaves Gardenia as the only Sinnoh gym leader with no other job. Well, just look at that. Sinnoh, my favorite region, has an 87.5% employment rate for gym leaders having a second job. Next up is Unova, where we'll have 14 gym leaders to discuss. The triplets all run the Striton gym/restaurant together, where they act as both the waiters and chefs of the restaurant. In fact, in the sequels, this ends up becoming their only job, as they end up retiring as gym leaders until they can grow stronger. Lenora is easy. Her literal title is an archaeologist with backbone, but she also seems to run the Nakreen Museum/library. Berg is a famous artist in the Unova region, creating various pieces inspired by his bug types as the insect artist. Elisa is another easy one as her gym shows off her profession. Elisa is a famous fashion model in the Unova region. Clay is a businessman and miner running his own mining company. He even stays at the bottom of his gym to remember where he started, and unlike Norman, he's also a good dad on top of his gym duties. Skyla is a cargo pilot for Mistralton City. In fact, in the anime, she even prioritized being a pilot, coming up with an idea she called air battles to skip gym challenges. In these air battles, she'd take a look at a challenger's team, then she'd decide herself who would win based on superficial observations. It's honestly surprising she didn't just get fired as a gym leader for that. Back to the games, have you noticed that all of her workers are male? According to Pokemon character designer Yusuke Amora, Skyla was designed to be a female pilot with male subordinates. Just another reason this tomboyish Latina is Unova's best girl.
I just love Latinas, Sonic.
Bryson is an actor for Pokestar Studios alongside Sabrina, with his most famous role being Bryson Man in the Bryson Man series. Bryson Man 1 and Bryson Man Strikes Back are fine, but man, did they drop the ball in Bryson Man Strikes Back harder. Drayden is the mayor of Opposite City and a mentor to Iris. Though speaking of Iris, she's the only unemployed Unova gym leader. But to be fair, Iris is the youngest Unova gym leader, so being a gym leader was always going to be her only thing. Going over to the sequel gym leaders, we start with Charon. Charon is a teacher for the Espiritia Trainer School, making him the third trainer in this video who's a school teacher. Man, a teacher's salary in the Pokemon world must be crazy. Too bad our world can't relate. Roxy is a rock star with her own band, Coughing and the Toxics, where she's both the lead singer and the lead guitarist. She's also the first character to have voice acting in the mainline games. Finally, in Unova, we have Marlin, who's a full-time pro surfer. Okay, so maybe Iris isn't the only unemployed Unova gym leader. We start Kalos off with Viola, where she's a photographer, even lining her gym with some of the pictures she's taken in the past. Grant is a professional rock climber, even decorating his gym as such. Corina is the successor to a long line of Mega Evolution gurus. She's even the only trainer to have the successor trainer class. Ramos is a gardener, tending to his plants and grass-type Pokemon alike, even having an oversized pair of scissors to prove it. Clemma, like Volkner, is a brilliant inventor and engineer, though these inventions had a tendency to explode in the anime. Valerie is a fashion designer and model for the clothes she designs. It's also theorized that she could have been an Ekrutik kimono girl. Finally, Olympia and Wulfric don't seem to have any other official jobs, but Wulfric is the caretaker of the Pokemon Village. However, like Jasmine upperclassmen, that seems to just be something he does on his own. Second to last is the Galar region, where Milo is a farmer. He even runs his family farm with an unnamed younger brother. Nessa's a model, known for acting differently depending on the role, though Chairman Rose has pressured her into just being a gym leader. Gordy doesn't really have a job outside of being a gym leader, but he has sold 3 photo albums of himself, so he's kind of an author. Aside from being the definition of a Pokemilf, Melanie doesn't do anything outside of being a gym leader, though she was the first member of Gordy's fan club, and she may be a strict teacher, but I'm willing to endure the harshness.
She can violate my rights and—
Piers is a rock star who performs his songs for Team Yell, sans voice acting. Raihan is the first prominent trainer who's a social media influencer, and the only one who isn't an electric specialist at that, and the remaining Galar gym leaders are just gym leaders, though Marnie is considered a local celebrity in Spike Mood. Finally, we end in Paldea since Legend ZA doesn't have gyms. Paldea's probably the prime example of gym leaders having another job. Every Paldea gym leader either has or had something else going on, such as Katie being a baker, running her own place, Patisserie Soapberry, and I would simp for Katie too, but her name is my sister's nickname, so it's a bit weird for me. Instead, maybe I could simp for Brassius or something. I did learn while making this that he has his own Sexypedia page. Anyways, Brassius is a famous artist and sculptor, creating famous works such as the Surrendering Sunflora. Like Raihan, Iono is a social media influencer. Specifically, she's a streamer hosting the Iono Zone. Too bad Canary showed up and just ate her lunch. Kofu is a chef who, like Katie, owns his own establishment, this time being Cascarafa's Kofu Lounge. Next up, we have the peak of human evolution, Larry. He's a gym leader, he's an Elite Four member, he's a general salary man, and above all else, he's overworked and underpaid. I could only dream of having bags under dried eyes like Larry has. In all seriousness, Larry shows us why all the Paldea leaders have second jobs. Ida does not pay them enough for this BS. Rhyme is a rapper who performs live and even does seances on the side. If only there was a voice acting for the MC of RIP. Tulip is a makeup artist who even models for her own products. Her brand is big enough that she even has people working under her. Finally, Rusha's the only Paldea gym leader with nothing else as of now. Rusha actually used to be a professional snowboarder. He was even considered the second best snowboarder in the world. But unfortunately, he injured his leg in a way that ended his career. This is partly why he's so blunt in how he speaks nowadays. And there you have it, folks. Every Pokemon gym leader's other job. What did you think about the jobs we discussed here? Did I miss anything about any of the gym leaders? Hearing all this, would you still want to be a gym leader yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to join the Lot Bunny Appreciation Super Squad today, and become a member if you're interested. It's only $2 a month. Have a nice day, you wonderful people. So as of now, Brock's only job is still Sabrina will become an actress about a decade in which, okay, isn't exactly a legitimate or ethical Arguably, Morty could have also been on the list of jobless gym. He's even the reason that the city is Rourke is the head excavator of the Orgberg, digging up fossils that likely get displayed at the Orgberg Museum. But on top of that, he's also a philanthropist. In these air battles, she take a look at a challenger's creating famous works such as the